Oh boy, we're running late. Welcome to Wake Up Real Estate. It's texting Tuesday.
Look, we both have jackets on. Is it cold where you are? Because it's freezing here.
It's actually, so it's supposed to get up to 62. The sun is shining, but it was cold again this morning, like low 20s. But it's getting up to 62. So who knows? Who knows?
It's 62 in my house, so that's why I have the coat on.
Oh boy. All right. Well, welcome everybody. We apologize running a little late. Ryan and I, as happens many days, we get talking and riffing and brainstorming, and we end up running a few minutes behind. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, smash the bell. Thank you we've got a couple new subscribers this morning already.
Welcome, guys.
That coming. Good morning to Angie and Tiffany and Maryland. Mike, good morning. Beautiful day today. Agreed. I mean, the sky is so crystal blue. I love it. Aaron Sattler, good morning to you, sir, in Ohio. I'm pretty sure Ohio. I can't remember if it's Cincinnati area, but I'm certain it's Ohio, fairly certain. The real estate chat room with Cheryl, the realtor. Good morning.
Ooh, that's
Luxury
fancy.
King Realty. I don't know who Luxury King Realty is, but good morning to you. It's Texting Tuesday, and I am going to be sharing.
No, I want to hear more about the chat room.
Yeah, what is the real estate chat room? I don't know.
Sounds interesting. Go ahead, Josh.
But the text that I am going to deploy here and share for you all to use is one of my all-time favorites. And I thought it was Lawrence. King, Luxury King Realty, out there in California. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. It is one of my all-time favorites, and not just that, because who cares about that? It's one of the best scripts as far as response and conversations. And I call it the reverse psychology script. You could also call it sort of like a takeaway selling script. And so I'm actually going to be, just because I was running behind today, I'm actually going to text blast sort of old school Texting Tuesday style. And if YouTube comes back and marks it, well, we'll figure it out. But I'm actually going to do the work here. So I'm going to show you the text, a buyer variation, a seller, actually a couple of buyer variations, a seller variation, and an email variation as well. So that should be fun. Ryan, do you have a question of the day today? If not,
no, I didn't prepare at all.
Okay, so here is my question of the day. Are you? So we've been asking some investment real estate questions. Let's do it this way. How many investment properties do you currently own?
There's a good one.
How many investment properties do you currently own? 0, 1, 2, 10, 100. Comment below. How many investment properties do you currently own? George, good morning to you in Cape Coral, Florida. I bet the sun is shining there. It's probably warmer than here, although again, it's
not
chilly. It's been a little chilly. So our first response, 0. Keep them coming. How many investment properties do you currently own? And shameless plug, if you'd like to buy more, you should talk to our mortgage team about the DSCR loans that we've got, bank statement, profit and loss, even the no income, no employment program that I mentioned yesterday. We would love to chat with you on that. Charla has 1. A lot of zeros. We need to fix that. 5, my man. I'm my man. Brandy. I'm sorry. I thought it said Brandon at first when I was looking at the name. Brandy, 5. Brandy's a killer in Wisconsin, I believe. Okay, let's keep it moving along here. Ryan, what do you got before we get into
my social post? Because I am so unprepared today, my social post is your question of the day. We are building this in real time. So let me get the screen up. Beautiful. I'm just going to ask all of my social sphere how many investment properties they own, and all I need is a funny image. And because I'm in a rush today, let's just look live for a funny GIF. That's not going to work. Well, that's kind of funny, that one, right? Should I use that one?
Sure. Why not? I don't know. It made me laugh.
All right, why not? So the social post of the day idea is just ask people what their how many investment properties they own, and then find a related GIF. I'm sure I could have found, or GIF. I'm sure I could have found something else around like real estate tycoon or something like that. But if you're in it, the point is, if you're in a hurry, it doesn't take a lot of thought, guys. Just post something. Yeah.
So yesterday I posted, if you yesterday was Monday Marketing Mastermind. I did that after our wake up show. And I actually, as part of that mastermind, did the work of editing and posting a video. It was a short video. I'm getting confused because I've been posting so many of them. I don't remember what the topic of it was. But it was a short video. I recorded another one this morning in my car on my way back from taking my oldest to school. And I'm working on the video tour ones. So where I video record a tour of a community, and I'm going to document all of this for anyone who's interested. And I use CapCut to speed up the tour, so it goes real fast, right? Because normally the tour, Ryan's having too much fun. It goes.
Oh, sorry. You could take this off. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I forgot.
Christopher Walken. That one's. Anyway, where was I going with that? That's my social post of the day, and I'll be posting the one that I recorded earlier. I'll be posting that after our session is up at some point today here. I'll post it on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on YouTube Shorts, etc. And this is actually valuable. So the one that I posted on the Marketing Mastermind yesterday was a short. One of the places I posted was on Shorts, and I'll share my screen here real quick, which will force Ryan to stop. Well, no, it's going to continue to keep looking, but
I can't find the perfect one.
Yeah. Let me share my screen here. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna use that one.
We're being silly.
I like this one better.
Here. Yeah. Okay. So the one I posted yesterday was about the no income, no employment mortgage program. And as you can see, it got a whopping 20 views so far. However, if you see the one I posted the day before, which is the one I recorded in my car while I was waiting for Tegan's soccer game to start and it was freezing, 618 views on that bad boy.
Whoa.
And
on your local?
Yeah.
What was the title? Because other people might be able to copy that. Was it? Yeah. It must have something to do with the title.
So you can see it at the bottom.
Wondering if you can qualify for a more.
There we go.
What's the title of the? I can't see it. A title of the actual video.
Why is it not showing?
It's to purchase a home or in.
Hold on. Let me. If we go to edit, maybe you can see it. Oh, it stopped mirroring. Can you see it now? Did you know there are? No, that's the wrong one. That's yesterday's. Here's the one that's getting a lot of activity. Wondering if you can qualify for a mortgage to purchase a home or investment property? Question mark. You guys, you can all. There's no rhyme or reason to which of them get activity. That's what I've decided. You'll never figure it out.
You just got to do a lot.
You just got to do it. You just got to throw stuff out and see what sticks.
Yeah.
And that goes for just about anything, right? Like when it comes to marketing and advertising, you just got to try stuff and see what sticks. Okay. It's just the reality of the game. Okay. If you try and guess which one will work, you could stay stuck forever versus trying 10. This actually relates to, we used to have this sort of formula with Craigslist ads. You got to put out 10. 2 or 3 of them, 5 or 6 or 7 of them are going to be complete duds. 2 or 3 of them are going to be okay. And one of them, you're going to get a bunch of activity on, but you won't know which until you put the 10.
Yeah.
The call to action in that, Adrian, was very simply comment below or click on my profile info and let's chat. It's something simple like that. And Daphne said car videos are popular because it implies some urgency. Like, I couldn't wait to share this. I agree 100%.
Oh.
There's definitely something to that. Okay. Where did I post it? Adrian, so I showed on YouTube Shorts, but so let me say, yesterday's longer form mastermind session, we're editing it. We're adding more information because I had to go because we had our mortgage team huddle. So it got cut kind of short, and we're actually going to do a part 2. Because of that, we're doing part 2 next Monday, same time, 11 a.m. Eastern. But we're going to have yesterday's once it's ready and we have some of the additional information and details, it'll be posted to the Wake Up Real Estate channel sometime this week. But when I create those shorts or those short videos, it's YouTube Short, it's IG Reels, it's Facebook Reels, it's LinkedIn, it's Twitter, it's TikTok. And if it's short enough, if it's 30 seconds or less, Google Business Listing. To add a video directly, to upload a video directly to your Google Business Listing, it has to be 30 seconds or less. If it's over 30 seconds, if it's 60 seconds, what I do is I add it as an update and I link to the YouTube short video. So those 7 platforms, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, and Google Business Listing. If you're going to make the content, you might as well put it every place you can. Okay.
Yeah.
And I would say that it makes sense to localize the content on some level if you can, even if you just, which I showed yesterday, you add a sticker that's native to that platform on TikTok or whatever. It takes like an extra second, literally. I mean, it doesn't take any time, maybe 5 seconds. So we'll get that out for those interested. It'll be added to the show. It'll be added to wakeup.realestate. I want to put together there was a bunch of great questions that I want to answer. And we're also putting together like a little checklist kind of thing. That looked like you were like a little fancy wine glass, Ryan. Are you drinking wine this morning? That looked like a little...
Oh, no, it's just one of my house glasses.
Oh, nice.
A little white wine or water.
A sticker, Adrian, is just like, it can be like a GIF or whatever. But those platforms, not all of them, like you can't add stickers on YouTube Shorts, I don't think. I can't anyway. I don't know how to, but you can on Facebook, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, TikTok. It's just like a little, it could be a little emoji or it could be a little animated GIF, etc. Okay. All right. Let's get into the meat and potatoes, Ryan, unless you had something else.
Well, as you go into Texting Tuesday, there was something that came to mind for me last week when I saw your last week's text that I've been meaning to bring up.
Yeah.
It's just a little tip. It is a kvCore specific tip, but it could apply to anybody. And that tip is that your first text to anybody in kvCore, and other platforms might do this, is going to include a stop message that kind of invites people to unsubscribe, Josh. Yep. It says like reply back to unsubscribe, and it's there for compliance and stuff. But there's a little Easter egg or like secret trick in kvCore that stops that little tagline from going out.
Yep.
So the trick is to add in your messaging in your first text either the word end or the word stop. And there's a couple other, but those are the 2 easiest to use, and it'll kill that additional tagline. So I want to show practically what this
while
looks
you're
like.
Finding one. So we've got that in the first text of the Smart campaign when we're setting up smart campaigns or campaigns for our co-marketing partners. And it was, oh, you know what though? I'm not breaking it up like that.
So
I thought just if it had those 4 words, it has to be standalone.
Yeah, and it's funny. I had this going out for the local office, and Delia came back and said, "You got a typo in there," and I'm like, "It's not a typo."
So thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
And looking at waterfront properties on our website for a few minutes.
Here's the other way to do it. Thanks for looking at and then you could do this. This, by the way, Josh, gets a pretty good for Texting Tuesday. For whatever reason, gets pretty good response. I don't know if you use this. Did you end up getting the list okay? and then the word end is kind of like cleverly in there. So did you end up XYZ? Or do you think you'll end up moving in the next few months or sometimes later, something like that? So this, I promise, guys, will drastically reduce your unsubscribes. If you
this is great. I'm so glad that you said this, because this I just got an idea for how I can tweak the text blast to have end in it.
Yep. There's always ways to do it. So I'll let you go ahead and continue. But guys, definitely rewatch this part when you're building your campaigns, and remember to add end or stop to your first text.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. This is kind of the way I'm going to do it, the way I used to do Texting Tuesday. And so number one, we have to determine what segment of our database are we going to send the text and or email blast out to. And then number two is actually doing the work of that. If you don't have kvCore, use whatever you've got. And also this can be adapted to Facebook messaging, Instagram DMs. It could even be a social post, the script that I'm going to share with you today. So I'm going to go into kvCore. I'm going to go to my smart CRM. And hopefully it doesn't take too terribly long here to load up with us being screen sharing. I know I've got a lot of contacts, and then when you layer on that we're screen sharing, it probably doesn't help either.
And you're using a Mac.
And I'm using a Mac, which is, strike three.
And an iPhone. Man, Josh.
I know. So I'm going to choose prospect, new lead, and active lead. I'm going to go contact details. I'm going to choose buyer. I'm going to exclude a couple of hashtags because we've done testing and done different stuff here. And I've got some folks that aren't actually in my market in here. Long story. Don't worry about it. I just want to exclude those so that they don't get this. I'm going to choose has phone, has email, and subscribe to text. Now, the reason why I'm choosing has phone and has email and subscribe to text is I get a lot of realtors and agents calling and texting my smart number, and then their number ends up in here. But if I choose that it has phone and has email, then I'm at least lowering the chance that my text broadcast goes to those agents, and I don't want it to go to them.
Yeah, the problem is if you have that, or even if you have other audiences that aren't realtors, whatever, who have texted you in the past only, they might unsubscribe, and if your unsubscribe rate is high, it hurts the whole thing.
Yeah, totally. So I'm going to filter that out. I'm going to get several pages here, and I'm not going to send to all of them on here, but I'm going to send to a couple of pages because I want to show you a couple of different variations. So I'm actually going to go to the last page. I'm going to go to page 13. And I'm going to use our reverse psychology or takeaway text script. Okay. So I'm going to select all. And I'll say morning, first name. Here's the takeaway.
Lowercase on purpose.
What's that?
Yeah. Is the lowercase intentional?
Absolutely. Yep. I know you're not ready to buy right now, but when you do, so I've got an idea for how to weave in the end on the selling side. When I blast this out to sellers, how would you weave in stop or end on this one?
Well, when you end up, or when you do end up, or do the rest, and then we'll put end
when you
do it without worrying about the stop word, and then add the stop word after.
But when you do, will you have a home you'd need to sell first?
Okay. Will you end up having a home you need to sell first?
Yep. Will you? And that's where I was at. Yeah. That's where I was headed. So I know you're not ready to buy right now. But when you are ready, will you end up
you end up needing to sell a home first or something like that, right?
needing to
sell your current home first, something like that.
Sell your current home. Sell your current home first. Okay, so it's important that when you're sending these kind of things out, like read it out loud to yourself because you'll identify things. Now, having some minor grammatical errors and things like that actually isn't a bad thing, but you don't want it to be confusing, right? You don't want it to be like nonsensical. So
and this might be a little, this might be a little jumbled.
Yeah, morning, first name. I know you're not ready to buy right now, but when you are ready, will you end up needing to sell your current home first?
You don't have the now in there, the buy right now.
Good call.
Are we trying, Josh? I don't know what you're doing here. Are we trying to get them to say, "But I am ready to buy right now"?
Exactly. And well, so there's a couple of things going on here, right? This is like anti-selling. Instead of pushing, like, hey, when are you ready to go? And are you ready to get pre-qualified? Are you ready to go look at houses? We're actually taking it away and taking the assumption that they're not ready right now. Okay. But what's also interesting is there's an embedded command of ready to buy right now.
Yeah.
Or just the embedded command of buy right now.
It's actually you're ready to buy right now, and the brain doesn't understand the not.
Exactly.
The embedded command is you're ready to buy right now. The not, if you know NLP or hypnosis, the not kind of goes out the window.
So I'm gonna let this one. I'm gonna shoot this one out, but then I'm gonna show a couple of different variations. Okay, a couple of different variations of how you can take the same idea, and then I'll even create where the sort of the call to action. Like I view this as two steps, right? It's the takeaway selling and then the call to action. And so I'm gonna show a couple of different variations of that version, and then we'll vary the call to action altogether. Now, the idea that Ryan shared about including stop or end, if I've done a good job up front, I don't even have to worry about that. So if I've got the stop or end in the initial communication, I may not even have to be concerned with that being in there.
And the message only gets added on the first text you send to somebody.
Right.
So if you've already texted these people before, it's not as much of a concern.
Right. So I guess my point is I'm going to show some variations where we're not like sort of forcing the word end in there.
Yeah.
In that fashion. It doesn't seem like it's loading up the next grouping. Or maybe I had the wrong. Maybe it was the next one.
Really, Josh, with texting, with all of that, you want to be less and less aggressive and more service, because they're really clamping down. There's all kinds of stuff in the FTC. You just kind of want to be as cool as possible.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna mix this up. So I'm gonna pretend like we don't need to worry about the word end. Okay.
Yeah.
I know you're not ready to buy right now, but when you do find your dream home, do you have a home you'd need to sell first? Let me know. Thanks. Okay. So we're gonna let that go and shoot that out. So I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna go back to page 12 because I want to catch that, and I want to send this. This one I know works really well and is going to fill up our dashboard with activity and conversations, and we could use all of that. And it's a good time. The sun's shining. People are thinking about buying a home. So I'm going to blast that one out again. But now this next grouping, I'm going to change the context entirely. Okay. So let's go to a different grouping here. Come on. It's not the right. There we go. Jennifer Smith. Okay. So I'm going to select these. And now I'm going to weave in a different sort of offer or call to action. So I know you're not ready to buy right now, but when the time is right, would you be interested in learning about our Make Home Affordable? Okay. Or I could say, would you be interested in learning about the special financing programs we have available right now? Or would you be interested in learning about, 3 programs available to purchase
For
with
first
0
time
down,
buyers.
or for first time buyers, right? So any number of things. So, you can make your call to action around, do you have a home to sell, right? So you're determining renter, homeowner, or you can make it around financing. And there are other creative things you could do with this as well. Let's be honest, right? There are lots of ways that you can slice this.
And get the you got learn about instead of learning about in there.
Doggone it. And you know what? I had a grammatical error on the one that I had buy twice, and the second time should have been but. So I'm going to send to one more grouping here, and make sure that it's grammatically correct. And then I want to give you the seller version, which is it's not rocket science. You probably actually you may not have thought of what we're going to do. So I'll share that one in a minute here. So let me select all. Okay, morning, first name. I know you're not ready to buy right now. I didn't even copy the new one. But when the time is right, would you be interested in learning about our Make Home Affordable? Question mark. Let me know. Now I got the hint about our Make Home Affordable program. Okay, so we'll here's what we're going to do. All of these variations without the misspellings and grammatical errors, we'll clean that up. We'll get that added to the site, wakeup.realestate, for you all to swipe and deploy. We'll get that. Mike's probably already on it. So we'll have that added like later today for you all to R&D as quickly as possible. But what I want to do is give you the seller variation to this. So I'm going to exclude FSBO tags because I don't want to send this to FSBOs that are in our database. And I don't know which of these tags is the right ones. Doesn't really matter. Now I'm going to apply filters. There are no matching results. What does that mean? Hashtag is not seller. How can that be? Come on. All right. Well, I must have to clear. I'm going to have to start over here. So we'll clear it out. Yeah, I know. Geez, Louise. Man, oh man. Okay. So prospect lead, active lead. I'll choose contact details. Here we go. We're good. Seller. Hashtag is not FSBO.
We need demo. We need when Josh is doing a demo music.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so has phone, has email, subscribed, apply filters, please work. So we don't have that error again. If not, I'll just give you the script, and we'll how is that possible? That's not possible. What am I doing wrong? I like this tune. I have no idea how this is possibly happening. Why there none of it is coming up. But let's I don't know. I'll just send it to myself. I'll pull.
What's going on? It's not loading the contacts. I wasn't paying attention.
It's just saying no matching results, which is literally not possible. I have hundreds.
Prospect active lead. Maybe you had like multiple hashtags or something picked.
I did, but I had multiple as not being. No. Here's the script. Hi or morning. First name. And if you don't have first names, right? If you don't have that, just don't include it, right? Just leave that off. I know you're not ready to sell right now, but when the time is right, will you be trading up or right sizing? No, thanks, Josh. Bob. Okay, and if you want to weave in end, will you end up trading or will you end up
moving to a bigger or a smaller house? You could do it that way too.
Yep. Say that again, Ryan, because I was speaking over
top. Will you end up moving to a bigger or a bigger house or a smaller house?
Right. Like so simple way to do that, which would be a variation. So I will have to, after the session here, figure out why no contacts were showing up. The email versions of that is simple. It's essentially the same thing. You can use the subject line. You can use their name, or you can say quick question, or you can say just curious. You could even just put a question mark, literally just a question mark as the subject line, and then asking the same question. Hey, so-and-so, I know you're just curious. No, I'm sorry. Hey, hi, Ryan. I know you're not ready to buy right now, ... line break. But when the time is right, will you be looking to, I'm sorry, the buy one. When the time is right, do you have a home you'd need to sell first? Or when you do find that dream home, do you have a home you'd need to sell first? Let me know either way. Thanks, Josh. And again, we'll put that all into a Google Doc. We'll add it to the site so you can R&D all of this as easy and quickly as possible. And I can tell you, if you use these scripts, you are going to get a lot of conversations flowing in. We've seen it. It's so good. We end up using it at least once a quarter.
So key point with all this, and we say this every week, is you got to be filling the pipeline every day, though, to have people to text. So
100%.
And most of these leads, Josh, how did you generate them? Just primarily from Facebook ads, I assume, right? And
Facebook and Instagram ads, but other places too. There's Google pay-per-click ads in there. There's YouTube. There's leads from YouTube. But these communications specifically, they're not going to my sphere of influence. They're not going to my past clients. These types of messaging, they're going to leads.
And would you say, for the most part, these are kind of unengaged leads? Like they're not further down the pipe?
Correct. I would not recommend sending these to people that like you're actively working with, right? Obviously. Yeah. They're either, and depending on the script, you may or may not like this script might have been better to not include active leads.
Yeah.
Right. It might have been better just for prospect new lead category. But
do you use the behavioral automation setting or whatever they call it in kvCore that moves people to active status if they reply to anything?
I believe so. Yes.
That's a key one because that'll save you from having this issue. I know you have a 1045, right? So we can push this along just to help you with your time.
Yep.
Ernest has a good suggestion here. I've been getting a ton of responses using the text messages. Hi, Ryan. I came across a property you're going to love. Would you like to see it? So it's all curiosity.
Yep.
A lot of people say, yeah, like what property am I going to love?
That's a great one. Now, Ernest, I know our audience. Do you already have one?
Yeah.
Are you using that when you see that they've viewed a property multiple times? Like what is the use case very specifically for that? And when you say you've been getting a ton of responses, are they positive? Have they led to showings? What has come from that? I think that's fantastic.
I think the way I would use that, and I might try it this week if I can get out of the house. I would take a video first of like a foreclosure or something, or a fixer upper, something vacant.
Yep.
And then say, hey, I took a video of a fixer upper in XYZ neighborhood. Would you be interested in seeing the video? So something like intriguing,
Here's a hack for that too, Ryan. I think on kvCore, can't you sort by, you can sort by price, high to low, low to high. Can't you also sort by popularity?
I think
And
so.
so you could pick one that is popular.
It's a really good tip.
There's a reason that it's popular. Or if you've got a lot of activity in your dashboard, you are likely going to see one that shows up multiple times where multiple people, okay, 5 people in my activity dashboard looked at that property. Maybe I use the behavior inside of my own dashboard to determine what content I'm going out to actively create around listings.
You know, sometimes I forget how cool kvCore is because I curse the thing a lot. For my own reasons, but we got to do a separate session on that kind of thing, because you can actually go into the business analytics section and see some interesting stuff around which properties consumers are most interested in and things like that. So we'll dedicate a session later this week, or 10-20 minutes to that. But that's a great tip, Josh. And the most popular, you're playing on social proof. Everybody wants to know what the most popular, what other people like. We all are kind of like herd followers or whatever you would call it.
Yep.
That's a really good point. Here, I'll show it.
And you can find, you can find that in you can look in your dashboard if you've got a lot of activity in your dashboard and find which seem to be popular from your dashboard. Or and where did you find that, Ryan?
Yeah, that's buried in business analytics.
Okay.
You go to consumer interest right here, and you can actually start to see. Look, I even have. I may be looking at the office view. You may have less data in here if you're just a solo agent. But like I can see, like, do you want to see the top 3 properties that other people are looking at? You got them right here.
Yep.
On the site past 30 days. Top 10.
All right.
Saved.
So and also I think you can pull up if you pull up a search
from the front end. Yeah.
From the front end, you can filter by popularity as well. So several ways that you can find that data. We do need to come in for a landing here, but I want to, I've got a shameless plug or bribe for you. If you had an open house this past weekend, if you have folks that previously were denied or turned down by another lender, or any other scenarios, we would love the opportunity to help you. So if you had an open house this weekend, we'll actually follow up on your open house attendees to sift and sort out the ones that could be clients for you. If you've got folks that have been previously turned down, send them to us for a second opinion or a second look. We likely have programs that would help them. And if we can't, at a minimum, we will set them up for free credit direction. We'll give them a credit plan of action, no cost whatsoever, and then we'll keep in touch with them to move them closer to the goal line of being pre-approved. And if you want to chat about any of that, just go to josh15.com or just text me. Just shoot me a text, and I would be happy to explore that with you. Who knows? We might be able to bring you back somebody ready, willing, and able to look at properties this week or this weekend. Doesn't hurt to try. Doesn't hurt to try. Ryan, do you have any shameless?
No, I just not today. I'm not going to plug anything, but I just want to thank everybody for being here and hanging out for a whole 40 minutes, day after day. The count of live viewers has been growing, and we really appreciate you guys just sharing this with your team and your group. It just is nice to feels like we're doing something, maybe helping in some way, just to see the
especially audience. On a day like today when there was like a ridiculous amount of dead air as I was fumbling around in kvCore. So thank you for being patient as I was as I was fumbling and bumbling my way around. And I couldn't agree more. We're just very grateful for those of you hanging out with us, and all the great comments and feedback. And the best way you can reward us is by taking action on the stuff that we're sharing.
Let us know if it works.
Yeah, on stuff like
if it doesn't work, let Josh know.
Yeah, well, and the stuff like we're testing, maybe let us have some proven results. But the script that I shared today, I know for certain works and will get you conversation opportunities for sure. So that one you can feel confident in swiping and deploying for yourself. We will be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll also probably share. We'll get it added in, but I'll share the email variation of today's script, and I'll show what that looks like. I'm going to show some of the short form videos that I've been putting out there. We'll share some more of that, and we'll work to get that yesterday's session edited and ready to roll for everyone. And we'll just continue to deep dive. We'll also make sure we share what's going on the mortgage front. We dropped the ball on that today because I wanted to dive into Texting Tuesday. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, share with others in your office, share with others at your brokerage, share with your referral partners, smash the notification bell. If you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, which the listener count, the downloads are going up there as well. So we're grateful for that. Please subscribe, rate, and review on that platform. And we'll be back tomorrow. George, the script is in the Wake Up Real Estate. We'll get it in there ASAP.
In the variation. On Wake Up, there's a script section up top, and we'll make sure me or Mike get that on there today.
Yeah.
With this episode. Bye, guys.
Auto thank you somehow have an end in the text. I don't know what that means. I'm not following. Can you auto? Maybe we'll have to dig in. Hit me up outside of this, and we can address that question tomorrow. How about that?
All right. See you guys.
Yep. Thanks. See ya.